Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hi guys, it's your pun of Archibald Chesterfield the Third, AC3. Today I'm doing paid review 21QB113. This is for Derek, and Derek writes to me. He says, Archie, hope you have been well. I've sent you 100 Australian. He's attached the receipt. Have watched many of your videos for the past few years and have always found them very entertaining. I am a mid-30s small business owner with a 7-month-old baby. I've always liked watches as a fashion accessory, but started being interested in mechanical watches in my mid to late 20s. I am very fortunate at this stage that I'm able to start to afford some more serious watches, and I'd love to hear your opinion and advice on where to go from here. I only recently acquired my most recent watch as a birth year watch for my daughter. I don't plan to buy another one for a little while, and I don't really plan to sell any of my current collection. If I have any more children, I will purchase birth year watches for them as well. My next major purchase will most likely be for my 40th. For possible birth year watches, should I stick with Rolex or consider other watches? And if Rolex, what models? What models? What models indeed would you suggest? I currently have an expression of interest for the Pepsi GMT on Oyster with my AD, but I'm not holding my breath. I like the 39mm Explorer 1 a lot, and I am very disappointed they discontinued it and replaced it with a 36mm. Of the current models, I also like the Air King and Milgauss. Or would you recommend maybe another Datejust with a different configuration? Alternatively, I would also like the JLC Master Ultra Thin Moon Phase, but as I plan to buy new, it seems unlikely to be a good value proposition. For my 40th, I have my eyes set on an A. Lange and Sun Lange 1. Ideally with moon phase, as that is a complication I would like to have in my collection. At that price point, some Pateks may be possible, and they do have some interest in the Aquanaut, even though it is very different type of watch. Would there be any watches you would recommend? Looking forward to hearing your replies. Keep up the good work. I think your style is unique. Thanks, and I look forward to watching many more reviews. Cheers, Derek. Now, his watches he's got. What does he own? Let's have a look. He has got an Orient Bambino V2 blue dial. My first ever automatic watch. Sadly, I find I don't wear this one anymore. Number 2, an Orient Ray 2 black dial. My first genuine diver, my first diver and genuine beta watch. Number 3, a Tudor Black Bay bronze brown dial, my wedding gift from my in-laws. Wow, that's a pretty damn good wedding gift. Jeez, that's very good. Next, we've got a Nomos Orient Midnight Edition manual wine, wedding gift from my parents. I wore this during my wedding. Then he's got a Rolex Submariner 41mm, bought from AD in 2020, September 2020. My first big watch purchase. He's got a Rolex. Oh yes, he does too. The no date. Okie dokie. He's got a Seiko Presage SARD011. Bought during a trip to Japan with my wife a few years back. Has the most complications in my collection, and the dial is supposedly hand lacquered black. And finally, a Rolex Datejust 41 smooth bezel Aruzo blue, most recent purchase for my daughter's birth year. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So, what do I think here? Well, very, very interesting indeed. For starters, the two Orients, the Bambino and the Ray. You know what? I really wouldn't put them in this box. They're not really good enough to be in the box. They are not good enough. They are not good enough. You need to get over them. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the truth. The Tudor Black Bay Bronze Brown Dial, my wedding gift from my in-laws. Geez, I don't know how you wrangled that. Good on you. That's a great watch. I love the Tudor Black Bay. The Nomos, a wedding gift from my parents, wore during the wedding. Absolutely. I love this, man. Wedding gift for watches for you. My God, you must be a catch. You must be a catch. The Nomos, not really my cup of tea, but it's borderline passable. Okay. Rolex Submariner, yes, 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 yes. 100%. 100%. The Seiko, the Presage is kind of borderline acceptable as well. Yes, I will accept that. That's okay. And finally, the Datejust 41. You know what? I don't know whether that's the right size for a... I don't want to be nasty, but you really should get a lady's watch for her, like a 31mm Oyster. That'd be a great watch to give her on her 18th or 20th. Did you know from Patek Philippe, the family there, the Stearns, they give watches on the 20th birthday, 20th. That could be a great coming of age gift. I would say keep the Datejust. That's for you. It's a men's watch. I don't think that's a good watch to give a girl. I'd probably get a 31mm Oyster Perpetual. That's what I would do. Now, I gotta tell you, thank you. Look, the Orients are not great watches. I would push those. Why don't you give them to somebody? Maybe your father-in-law and your dad. They could make great Christmas gifts. I would say to you, seriously, man, I think beggars can't be choosers. It's interesting to know that you are positive about having more kids. That is always a winner-winner attitude to have there. We need to repopulate. That's correct. The Pepsi, man, you got about as much chance of getting a Pepsi as winning the lotto. Very tough call. Any Steel Sports, man, any Steel Sports I would go with. Beggars can't be choosers. With your purchase history, which is practically a joke, you've got to be very happy to get anything. So I would say, I agree with you. I'm disappointed the Explorer 1 was, I can't believe they would do that, but hey, that's Rolex for you. Air King, Milgauss, any Steel Sports. I would stick to Rolex if I were you, Derek. If you can get new Rolex, That's where I'd go. Stick to Rolex if you can. JLC is not a bad brand, but hard to get a discount. And discounts, price is everything, service doesn't matter. 40th birthday present, a Lange one. Look, the only thing is, do you really want to buy that new? I think you're better off to really buy a pre-owned Patek. That's what I'd be doing. Pre-owned Patek Philippe. That's where I'd be going. That's where I'd be going, Derek. 100% indeed. The Lange's a great thing. So expensive. But I gotta be honest with you. I do have some interest in the Aquanaut. Don't worry. There's absolutely no chance you'll get one of those from the AD. What other watches would I... You know, for you, I'd really say to you, seriously, I'd possibly add an Omega Speedmaster. Man on the moon! Man on the moon. It's good to see you doing well. The funny thing is, it depends how well you do. See, there's the price of the Rolex Submariner. They're not cheap. They are not cheap. But they're a lot cheaper than a Lange 1 Moonphase. Man, that is an expensive piece of kit. You got to buy that baby pre-owned. You don't buy that baby new, that's for sure. You got to buy that baby pre-owned. I would say, you know, Lange, if you are that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I hope you're that successful to afford that. I would say Lange 1, I don't think I'd be fussy. I would see what's happening on the pre-owned. Go to David SW. European watch company, they have some Pateks, and I've never dealt with him. He's apparently a bit difficult to deal with, but he does have some of that kind of stock there. I would probably say, you know what, a Lange 1815 up down, that'd be beautiful. Maybe a Calatrava, a 5196, that'd be a beautiful addition. They're all really attractive pieces, so I wouldn't be too hung up. It's got to be a Lange Moonphase. That is a very expensive watch. And you're kind of making Rolex money. I get the feeling here you're Rolex steel money. That's good. That's good. You're doing well. To move up to Lange money, ooh, you're very... I love these optimistic Americans. But I would say, you know, a few good watches would be the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. I'd also say possibly, so you could buy that new, it's not terminal. I would also say maybe a Tudor GMT. That'd be a great watch to have. You know what? You've got some great pieces already there. To have two Rolexes, man, absolutely incredible. Why don't we buy the wife something? Maybe get her a Datejust. That'd be a really nice thing to do. That'd be a really cool thing to do, Derek. Get the wife a nice watch. That'd be happy wife, happy life. You know, that's what they say, guys. So, I think you got some great pieces. I would add, I'd say to you, I'd add a oyster, any sort of oyster is fine. I would say Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. Some beautiful watches there. You've already got some amazing pieces. Do you have to jump up to Lange? I mean, that's like saying, you know, I drive a BMW 3 Series. When you're talking about the Lange, that's like saying I want to buy a Maybach. Well, 3 Series Dreams is okay. 5 Series Dreams is even better. But Marbach, they're expensive. They are really, really expensive. I don't want to be rude, but are you that successful in the future? You're buying at Rolex level, which is pretty damn good. So you're pre-approved for a Mercedes E200, but let's not push it by ordering an SL. You know what I mean? That's kind of what the Long A1 is. It's like ordering a brand new SL. We've been pre-approved for an E200. It doesn't mean we can get a brand new SL. No. So I'd be happy. You're successful. To have 2 Rolexes is great. Just not get carried away with our confidence. It depends how things go, but you've already got some beautiful pieces. Be happy. You got a great little collection there. Get the wife a Rolex. That'd be cool. And just do it slowly. Add slowly. I'd stick to Rolex. Maybe an Omega. That's kind of what I'd do. Okay, guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. This has been a paid review. Remember, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I desperately need more paid reviews to survive on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some comments. And, guys, down below is details how to get a paid review for you. Also, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to sponsor me as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey, guys, check out one of my best friends, Jamie Opulence, on YouTube. Just go to Jamie Opulence on YouTube. A fantastic channel from my good friend, Jamie. Check it out, guys. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to introduce a new service to you. ValueYourWatch.com. Proud supporters of ArchieLuxury. No seller's fees, no buyer's fees. That's right, guys. This is a trading platform to buy or sell watches. You can start selling for free. That's right. We advertise our paying subscribers on Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's a global platform. That's right, guys. Get $50 off the annual subscription by applying the coupon Archie when you check in there. But, guys, you can try this for free straight away. Guys, you can start listing watches. ValueYourWatch.com. Give it a try and tell me what you guys think of that.
Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me.
Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, Archie Luxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.